So, UCLA is no longer the number one public university, but we're still the number one dining hall in the nation, 9 out of 10 times. So, time to see what I eat in a week at the number one dining hall. So starting off on Monday morning, I had breakfast at B Plate. I always look forward to this because they have unlimited avocado, and it's my one chance of eating avocado every day. I usually eat breakfast right after the gym, so I always look forward to this meal, and it's pretty much the same thing every time, as you'll see. Lunch was at B Plate again, and I always try and start with some warm soup because Asian moms will always tell you that soup is good for the stomach. I eat lunch at around 1:05 p.m. every day, and that's because I always have a lecture or discussion that ends at 12:50, so by then I'm starving. Today I had some roasted yams, turkey hash, plantains, which I absolutely love here, and their very tender chicken thighs, and of course the chicken noodle soup. And of course I ended with fruit. I try to pick thicker skinned fruit because they're not organic, and pesticides don't typically go through the skin as much as it would for something like grapes or strawberries. And that brown mound is almond cashew butter, which they make themselves. It's delicious. Dinner was very special today because it was Lunar New Year over the weekend, so they had a Lunar New Year special at Feast, which is another dining location. The line was incredibly long and I went out the door and it was raining, but I heard that they hired a special Chinese chef too to oversee everything. So this is not an all-you-can-eat, but I got some bok choy and you can literally taste the sesame oil in it, which is kind of funny to me. So I got a chicken satay skewer, that's probably my favorite thing. 3-cup chicken, which is a traditional Chinese dish. These roasted or braised pork ribs, I think. And some shrimp dumplings, and some very, very freshly fried egg rolls. And some fruit. They even gave us some free red envelopes stuffed with candy, which was really cool. Okay, Tuesday breakfast was a scoop of egg whites and regular eggs, plus avocado, and their roasted potatoes. Those roasted potatoes are super addicting, and literally anyone who's had them can genuinely testify for that. And of course, some fruit. Lunch was once again at B Plate. You'll find that I really love that dining hall. And I had some brown Colros rice. They literally only have brown rice here. But I paired it with a beef stir fry and butternut squash, and chicken, of course, and this goat cheese steak stacker. It was pretty good, but I do prefer warm steak, and this was cold. And of course, chicken noodle soup. For dessert, I had my vitamin C. I'm really liking oranges. I think it's because it's orange season, so the oranges taste especially good, and a side of peanut butter, which they made themselves too. For dinner, I had B Plate again. Usually, dinner at B Plate when they have steak is crazy because the lines are insane. But anyway, I was yapping with my friend, so we got some lemon cod, and it came with cilantro lime rice, which was really, really addicting. And of course, the steak that took a lot of times in line for. B Plate portions are rather small. And the plantains, again, my favorite. On to Wednesday. Before breakfast, I had a banana for pre-workout because when I have harder lifts, I need a little bit more fuel. Breakfast was the typical egg whites, eggs, avocado, and I put this roasted tomato salsa on top just to give it more flavor. And the usual fruits. Surprisingly, I don't get tired of them. Lunch was once again at B Plate, and I had their typical grilled chicken. I think this one was an herb marinade. They always change it up. Some cauliflower, one of my favorite roasted vegetables that are offered, and the Calrose rice again. I got the usual fruit. You'll notice a darker orange, that's a blood orange, that kind of tastes like a grapefruit to me because it's a little more bitter. Dinner was at B Plate again, and this was kind of awkward to record because I was sitting with a large group, but I had roasted broccoli, another favorite of mine's, their braised lamb, once again a favorite. I just like lamb in general. Chicken noodle soup, and something I didn't like as much, which is their grilled pork tenderloin. I'm just not really a fan of American-style pork. And it's Friday, and I'm going home. But before that, this is my pre-workout, which is a blueberry banana bread. And I always look forward to when they offer steak for breakfast. This is not all the time, but I was lucky today, so I stocked up on that. And fruit. I've started to get tired of that dark orange fruit. I like the Cara Cara ones, but they didn't have that. Lunch was B plate again. Sorry I have to keep hearing that name. But I had grilled chicken. I think this time it was a sun-dried tomato marinade, if I remember correctly. I don't. And they had this Roma tomato sauce, which I just kind of poured over my plate and dipped with my rice. And a banana, plus the peanut butter and fruit. I unfortunately don't have a dinner clip, so I'll just show you one of my favorite dinners, which was lamb chop, roasted vegetables like carrots and corn, and this very spicy jalapeno salsa.
Weezy out of here. Weezy out of here. Weezy out.
Lot of money, I can have a cash. Boy flew back, cross the water with a pass.